Hello, my name is Paris Burke, and I'm here to give you a review on The Winter Witch by Paula Brackston. And I'm just here to give you an opinionated review and a summary of the story, and I hope you like it. Let's get started. The book opens up with 18-year-old Morgana, who has been secretly a witch her whole life, but hasn't been able to tell anyone because she's had this vow of silence ever since her father left as a child. She often refers to it as her father took her voice with her when he left. So, because she was 18, her mother decided to marry her off to the wealthy Kai Jenkins, who recently had a wife who died of childbirth, and he was required by law to do his job to have a wife so they can keep tabs with him and all that other stuff. He's a drover. That's their business. Anyway, so Kai takes her back to, after they marry, they take her back to Vivian Lass, which is where he lives, and it's a beautiful house. It's big and it's open. It has all this wildlife. Morgana loves wildlife. She loves to explore the great outdoors. She loves it. And it has this magical well, which will come in great importance later. She befriends this housekeeper called Mrs. Jones, who is later revealed to be a grimoire bookkeeper, which basically it's like Witch 101, where Morgana tells her how to cope as a witch, tells her how to, just understand her witch powers. She also moves in with two dogs, Meg and Bracken. I'd imagine they're adorable. They're corgis. And unfortunately, later, Mrs. Jones dies trying to protect Kai and the newlywed Morgana because the town villagers get a little crazy. I'm going way too far. I'll explain it later. It's not long until Morgana meets Isolde Bowen, which is Kai's best friend, essentially. And she senses something evil. Like, she has, her witch powers allow her to do that, allow her to sense evil and everything. She senses there's something off about Isolde, and as a result, kind of has like a tantrum type thing and kind of breaks up Kaya for a little while. Later, we find out that Isolde was actually a witch all along, and she was trying to kill Morgana and her newlywed husband Kai in order to inherit the estate and everything in Vivian Lass to get the magical well with the magical powers. So yeah, that happened. I forgot to mention this earlier, but Kai needed to replace all the cattle that was killed, and he refuses to think Morgana has anything to do with it. He wants to protect his new wife, all that stuff. So he asks Isolde, not knowing of her evil intentions, for a loan, which causes her to have a claim on Vivian Lass. So after Kai and Morgana die, she can inherit it because her money is on the place. And later on in the book, Isolde gets her medicine, gets a taste of it. Gets a taste of her own medicine. That's the word, yeah. Anyway, getting off track and everything. A little bit later on the book, on a trip regarding Kai's work, he decides to take Morgana with her. Him! I'm pretty sure I did that once already. Oh well. Decides to take Morgana with him on the trip and everything, and they start to trust each other. It's pretty cool, and that is when Isolde does the spirit walking thing and kills another man, and making Morgana look even more suspicious. Now you have to understand, at this point in the book, there's sickness everywhere in the village. Kai is sick because he was cursed by Isolde, and all these bad things are happening, and they're blaming Morgana for all this stuff. So Isolde plants the final seed for the villagers and says, oh, well, look at all that's happened. This happened when Morgana came, so it must be her. For Morgana, that was the final straw. She couldn't deal with it anymore. She was like, no, I have to face Isolde now. Look at all that's happened. She's blaming me. I can't have that. So she faces Isolde, and they do this whole witchy Harry Potter type duel thing, and Morgana wins. She sends Isolde straight back to hell, and the sickness and the reverend and even Kai is feeling better. Everybody is fine, and the villagers start to realize that they were conned by the actual witch, but they don't know Morgana is a witch, and they probably will because she's a good guy. And everything disappears. It's nice and it's dandy and everything. And at the end, Kai's like, oh my god, Morgana, I love you. And she finally speaks. She says, yes, yes, I love you. And it's amazing. I love the book so much. For Morgana, that was the final straw. She couldn't deal with it anymore. She was like, no, I have to face Izalda now. I mean, look at all that's happened. She's blaming me. I can't have that. So she faces Izalda and they do this whole witchy Harry Potter type duel thing, and Morgana wins. She sends Izalda straight back to hell, and the sickness and the Reverend and even Kai is feeling better. Everybody is fine, and the villagers start to realize that they were conned by the actual witch, but they don't know Morgana is a witch, and they probably will because she's a good guy. And everything disappears. It's nice and it's dandy and everything. And at the end, Kai's like, oh my god, Morgana, I love you. And she finally speaks. She says, yes, yes, I love you. And it's amazing. I love the book so much. Thank you for watching my review on The Winter Witch by Paula Brackston. I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye!